Of late, the African continent has seen high-level visits from the top echelons of the U.S. government amid geopolitical tensions between the U.S., China and Russia. Earlier this month, the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken visited Niger, where he announced $150 million in direct assistance to Africa's Sahel region. The visit to Niger was preceded by stopovers in Ethiopia, where Blinken was quoted by the international media as saying that Ethiopia needs to make more progress in implementing a peace agreement with its northern Tigray region before relations with the U.S. are normalized. In February, U.S. First Lady Dr. Jill Biden chose Namibia and Kenya for her African safari, during which she showered praises on the two countries and the upholding of democratic principles. In another charm offensive, the U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris kicked off a three-nation African tour in Ghana this week. Harris, during a press conference in Accra, announced a pledge of $100 million in support to Benin, Ghana, Guinea, Cote d'Ivoire and Togo to address terrorism and insurgencies. The Biden administration has maintained that its support is purely based on the need to strengthen democracy following the U.S.-Africa summit in 2022 and human rights issues. The high-level visits, therefore, are not to counter influence of Russia and China, the U.S. mission says.
I really look at this as a way to get things back to a stance where they should be. I think that senior level visits and dialogue are very, very broad. It's not really driven by a single issue or a single set of issues. That I think the nature of the dialogue at a senior level is extremely important. So there are so many aspects that make up diplomatic relationships, especially in today's age. That there are many drivers of that. There are, in the case of the First Lady's visit here, for example, we had a real opportunity to see the success that Namibia has realized in the health sector, where this country now is leading the way in Africa and beyond in delivery of efficient health services to a very disparate population. We can learn from that, and we have been partnering on that for 20 years. So, these are not really new relationships that we are building out. It's simply investing more heavily in building up these relationships.
Ambassador Berry also denied that there is any fight for influence emanating from the running disagreements between the U.S., China and Russia.
I think that reduces it to a very simple zero-sum game. These are complex relationships where we have been, fully invested across the continent and beyond. I think that one of the things that I would challenge about that type of question is it suggests that there's no intrinsic value of the relationship absent a third party. I don't believe in that. I believe in the great value of strong, truthful, honest bilateral relationships and making sure that we build up those strongest relationships as possible.
Ambassador Berry was speaking to the media following the courtesy call at State House. Blanche Correses, NBC News.